We do this just because there may be days that you guys will miss, and that happens. Just make sure that if you're going to miss a day, that you let me know ahead of time that you're not going to be there, so I can send you the video of it. Okay. I hope everybody had a great summer. If you were anything like me, I'm so surprised that it's all over and done with. So let me go ahead and I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're just going to go over some stuff. It shouldn't take us too terribly long. Okay, hang on, there we go. All right, so I'm going to share just with you about our first day here. Okay, now this is a new thing for all of us. I've probably had more experience at this than you have. How many of you guys actually were in person last year? Just raise your hand for me. I got one. All right, so a few of you, okay, Ethan, there you go, Savannah. Destiny. All right. Well, just so you know, Miss King actually used to work at a place where all of my patients were virtual. And so I have a little bit of experience at this, but we all have a little bit to learn. And I know I'm still have a little bit of a learning curve as far as all of the equipment and everything that we're using, because things have changed since I was working virtually before. So all right, let's look at what are we going to be doing? Okay, there's just a few things I want to go over with you. Hang on, there's somebody in the chat. Let me make sure I see this. Okay, so Ethan, it was you. Thank you. I will fix that right now. I knew it was somebody, but I couldn't figure out which one it was. Thank you for helping me with that. Okay, so this is we are going to be doing synchronous meetings twice a week, which, you know what, you think about how much time you spent in class when you were in person. This is a lot less time. So, in a lot of ways, that's a really good thing. So what I need from you is to come ready to learn and be willing to share. Miss King is not a teacher who likes to be the only one talking. In fact, who wants to be the only one talking? You feel like you're just talking to yourself. So when I ask questions and stuff, if you guys will chat me or unmute yourself and answer questions, it just makes it a whole lot more fun if we are working together on this. So assignments, your assignments are going to open on Monday morning, and they are due on Sunday evening. Hopefully you won't be having to work during the weekend like I did this last weekend, because it was crazy trying to get everything ready for class to start today. So hopefully you got a nice weekend off, and hopefully you'll continue to have your weekends free, because you're going to schedule your things and make sure you're using your time during the week so you're not cramming at the last minute. You'll have something called a week at a glance that's at the top of your modules, and we'll look at those in a minute. Use those to keep track of your assignments for the week, okay? If you don't understand something, just email me or send me a message through Canvas, or you can even call me. My phone number is actually on everything in Canvas, so you can do that as well. You will be having, oh, see this, I'm going to have to do something with this camera. It's going to make us all seasick. You will have pre-tests and post-tests on each of your modules, and the pre-test is the same as the post-test. That way we can look and see what you know already about the subject, and post-test is going to be, the one you actually have a grade for. Ugh. All right, so just remember, we have test integrity. We want to know what you know. We don't want to know what somebody else knows, and we don't want to know what the internet knows. So make sure that you are actually doing your test yourself. There are software has been embedded into those tests so that your teachers can go in there and see if you had other windows open, if you've gone to other websites, if you left the test, those kinds of things. It will tell us exactly what was going on. So make sure you don't open other windows and do those kinds of things so that we won't have that problem, okay? And again, if you have any questions, just go ahead and put them in the chat so I can pull them up and take a look at them. All right, what are our expectations? Look, we have one chat here. What if we use your own? Yes, you can use your own laptop, and it will do the same thing because the software is actually embedded into Canvas itself. Okay. A lot of kids use their own, and it works just fine. All right, expectations. My expectations for you is that you'll come prepared to learn, that you'll try to have an open mind, because I know that not every single one of you were like, oh, I cannot wait to take healthcare. I can't wait to take introduction to healthcare. I know that, but my job is to give you content and to help you find it interesting, and that you would learn some things that maybe you wouldn't have learned otherwise. Everybody goes to the doctor. Everybody has to take care of their own health. So these things that we're learning aren't necessarily something that are just for people who go into healthcare. Now, once you get past this one, this class, it's a little bit different. And yes, it is more geared towards people who really want to go into healthcare. But I'll just tell you guys right now, healthcare is one of those areas that is always a need. It's always interesting. You're always going to have a job, and you make pretty good money. I'm just going to tell you right now. So it's not something you should probably just, say, hey, I don't want to do that, because you never know. You never know where you're going to end up. So it's always good information to have. Another expectation I have is that you will work to the best of your abilities. Okay. And that you will be present. You're going to come ready to do stuff. Have you marked me absent? Oh, yes. Okay. Thank you, Lily. Let me double check. There we go. Okay. So what are some of the things you can expect from me? Because there are expectations on your teachers as well. I need to come prepared to teach you. I'm going to come prepared to teach it to the best of my abilities. I'm going to be available here for you, and I want to partner with you so that you can learn something new and maybe have some fun along the way. And I really want to get to know most of you guys if I possibly can. Just because we are doing this remotely doesn't mean that we won't get to know each other a little bit. Okay. All right, just to tell you quickly about myself a little bit. Okay, I have been a nurse for many, 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 many years. And I have a bachelor's degree from a college called Loma Linda University in California. It is its claim to fame out there is it was the only hospital that has ever done a baboon to human heart transplant. Now, isn't that strange? The first infant heart transplant in the United States was done there, and it was a baboon to human. It was a little baby who was dying, and so they gave her a heart transplant with a baboon heart, and she lived for about 3 months, and then she passed away. If you ever want to look that up, her name was Baby Faye. Okay. Anyway, so I was working there when that was all going on, and I have a master's degree. I just finished my master's degree. So this lady right here is going to school just like you are. In career and technical education, and I'm actually working on my specialist degree right now as well. So I'm a registered nurse, and I worked in cardiac surgery, pediatric and neonatal intensive care, and I worked at the 250 kids number where your parents might call and get information if you're sick, and that kind of thing. So I worked at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta for lots of years. And then I taught healthcare at West Hall High School for 15 years. This is my first time teaching somewhere other than West Hall. And then how many of you guys know, raise your hand if you know what HOSA is. Does anybody know what HOSA is? Have you ever heard of that? It's our group for healthcare. Nope, nobody. I don't see any hands. Well, you're going to be hearing more about that later on. Because we are actually going to have a HOSA chapter here at the virtual school. Okay, so, all right. And then let's see if I can pull up. Let's see, the picture chart was not, there it is. All right, here's some little stuff about Miss King. I'm actually from California, grew up in California. This is my husband right there with me up here in this picture. This is my crew right here. There's a lot of kids, isn't it? I have 3 sons and a daughter and 2 daughter-in-laws, and that's all of them right there. And then here are the most important people in our family. That is my dog Charlie over here, and my dog Achilles. Okay, yes, he's over 100 pounds. He's a mess, and there are my kids again. So enough of the teacher showing you her children. Okay, here are just a few things for us to remember. Okay, Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. And I'll be honest with you, I have always loved my jobs. Every job I've had has had its own fun and been interesting. I've gotten to do all kinds of crazy stuff in the hospital. And I also have absolutely loved being a teacher. Okay. And so my goal is to help you guys find something that you love to do. So here's another one. The capacity to learn is a gift. The ability to learn is a skill. The willingness to learn is a choice. So we all have that choice. Are we going to learn are we going to love learning, or are we just going to hate it and make this be miserable for everybody? So I hope that you choose to be on that path with me to learn. All right, and then everything you do, good or bad, affects everyone else in the room. This means everything you do matters because you matter, and you matter. And I don't want you guys to get lost behind that screen and think that you don't matter, and that you can hide from us at the school, because we really do want to make sure that you're doing okay and that you are enjoying school and all those kinds of things. Okay. All right. Anybody got any questions for me? Oh, wait. I done messed up. Here, let's go back. Let's see if there was anything else on here. I think that we were just about finished up. All right. Yep, we are just finished on that one. No questions from anybody? All right, so let's take a look at what is this going to look like here for you in our course. Okay, this is and if you've found your Zoom link today, you know that this is where you're going to go when you go into Canvas. This is your front page, right? So your Zoom link is always going to be over here on the left-hand side. Then we have our syllabus. Okay, and this is going to become important later on because you are going to need to read this week. I know it's not fun having to read syllabus, or syllabi, but it is important because you want to make sure that you understand everything that's going on. So make sure that you go over this because you're going to have a quiz today or this week over the stuff on the syllabus. Okay. And then this is going to be your most important item over here is your modules. Okay. Now you notice there's not very much here yet. There will be more later on. Okay. But right now, this is all we have on here, because this is what you need for this week. Okay, so you are going to have, let's look at, remember I said you have this thing called your week at a glance, and this is it right here. Okay, your week at a glance. So I have broke these down into days. The only reason I did that is so that you will be able to kind of budget some time to work on them every day and not just wait till Sunday evening at 11:35 to try to do these, because 11:35 y'all ought to be in bed asleep. Okay, so Monday morning we had our 8:15 asynchronous or synchronous class. Synchronous means where we're meeting in person. Asynchronous is the work that you're going to do when you aren't with me. Okay, so for today, what you're going to do is you're going to complete the back to school survey, and we can look at those in just a minute. Tuesday, I want you to read through the syllabus and complete your syllabus quiz, which is also found in Module 1. Wednesday, we'll have another asynchronous class and we'll do something kind of fun, hopefully. I think it's fun, but I'm old, so what do I know? And then Thursday, you're going to complete the standard 1 attitude assignment, which is just a short little assignment where you're going to watch a video and answer some questions. We're going to be having those every once in a while because we're going to be doing something called Georgia Best. It is our skills that you need to be successful as a worker in the workforce. And one of the things we're going to start with is attitude. So there you go. All right. Do I have any questions about this particular thing, guys? Nope. All righty. Let's move on. All right. So let's go back into modules. You notice you have 4 items on here. Now, this is just the PowerPoint that I went over today. Okay. You don't need to do anything with that unless you need to go back and look at it for one reason or another. That's more for people who were not here this morning. Okay. So here's your back to school survey. This should be kind of fun. Sign in with Google. Here we go. Okay, hopefully this thing is going to work. There we go. All right. So here's your survey. Oh, no, this did not. I'm going to have to go back in here and look at it. Give me a chance, guys, because the whole thing came in here and I did not. That is not what I put in here. All right, so let me write that down. I will fix that after we get off. And yes, you'll be hearing that every once in a while. Fix survey. All right, it's a good thing that we're going through these. Okay, so I'll fix that one. Here is your attitude assignment. You're just going to watch this small video, and here is the questions that you're going to ask, and you'll just go here, start the assignment, and put your answer the 3 questions. Now, when we do these, I don't want to hear you say yes or no. I want you to answer these in full, okay, so I can give you the full credit for those. And you can always hit your next button. And then this is your quiz for your syllabus. You want to make sure you read your syllabus first and then answer the quiz. Now this quiz, you can use your notes or you can use the syllabus. It's okay. That's a little different. This is more for learning purposes, making sure that you understand all the items before we get started. Okay. All right. Any questions, guys? Well, I suppose you probably will have some questions along the way. So make sure you can email me. If you look on this page right here, you see where it says contact through Canvas email. That's over here on the left-hand side. You can go over here in your inbox and contact me there. Or you can contact me through this email address right here. Some of you already have. Or if you need to leave me a message, you can call right here. Now, I'm not going to answer that phone, but it will transcribe it and put it into my email. And I will also have a voicemail of it. So you can contact me any of those ways, okay? All right, guys. Well, listen, you're getting out early today. Hang on. I see one message. Are these things the only things for this week? Absolutely. Lily, we're going to start off slow here. Okay, because we're still trying to make sure we get everybody where they need to be. We're going to be having more students coming to meet with us. So we don't want to overload you this week. We just want to get you started, get your feet wet, make sure we know how to use all of our items that we're using, and then we'll go from there. Okay. All right, guys. Well, listen, you guys have a great day today, and I will see you guys bright and early at 8:15 on Wednesday. Okay. All right. See you later.